Welcome to Beyond the Film Podcast. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Justin.
And today we have with us... Yay!
Yeah.
Yes. Hi.
Hi,
Tyler.
Tyler.
Back in podcast space. I have returned.
We have a professional podcaster with us today.
Professional. We have a professional
just before
podcaster and gamer today.
I haven't done that other podcast since COVID.
That's really crazy to think of. It's really been that long?
It has. Yeah. Yeah, because we stopped doing that podcast when COVID happened. And then the dude's company went under and just never came to fruition. And now all the videos are gone. Obviously they were taken off YouTube. And now they used to be on like Apple Podcasts, and now it's not there anymore.
So what you're saying is now we are more professional podcasters than you are, legally speaking.
At least publicly.
And in terms of like recency, sure.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take anyone. I'll take the dubs.
Well, Tyler, as our first guest, we should just walk you through the rules of how our podcast usually works. We like to start every single episode with just grabbing like a bottle of liquor and drinking as much as we physically can, and then putting everything on public so that like everything we say is recorded forever. So if you want to go ahead and find the closest bottle of liquor you have.
Yeah.
You don't know
Jack
what's
Daniels
in-
preferred because
Yeah.
it's probably the worst
Yeah.
tasting.
Here, yeah. I've got mine. We can get started, man.
This big buddy is all Malort.
Malort. Oh, man.
This is something I found at a bar, and I just took it from other people's drinks.
Hey, I love Calypso. I might have a Calypso in the next episode.
Ooh.
Ooh, a little bit of future.
Can't wait.
All right.
Oh.
So, Justin's kind of spoiled it a little bit. I think today we're talking about something in the background behind you.
We are. But before we get into that, something I want us to do, since this is our first guest,
Yes.
and if we have more guests, I want to get, because we know what our top 5 movies are.
Oh,
that
great
we like.
idea.
I want to know what Tyler's top 5 movies are, like what his favorite are.
Let's hear it
Jeez
and start
Louise, you are putting me on
Yes.
the spot here, and I'm totally. I'm not prepared. I'm just not prepared. I'm lying. I'm totally.
Let me just bring up your letterbox real quick.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, okay. So, I don't know if I could go in order because I don't know like where I would order that. But, I when people ask me what my favorite movie is, my default answer is always Halloween 1970.
Okay.
It's one of the first horror movies I saw. It's not only incredibly well shot, John Carpenter has incredible direction there, even that early on in his career. The film's themes about taking on this semblance and representation of evil always resonate with me more than like the hack and slash slashers of the 1980s. It's a series that I go back to quite often, not just with that first one, and I rewatch it every year for Halloween. So I just love that movie. I love everything about it. It's perfect. Oh god.
Real quick, do you mind
okay.
before you move on? Can I just interject for 1 second? I got flack from last week. Apparently, last week I said that I do not like Halloween. I never said I don't like the movie Halloween. I said
it's
that
just not your favorite.
one of my favorite slasher movies. So I want to correct it because I literally got text messages and calls from people saying that I don't like Halloween, and I have a Halloween poster and a Michael Myers up there. So I like
Positive
Halloween.
thing is people are watching it.
Yeah, I like Halloween, but I don't. It's not something that I rewatch over and over.
You can't see it, but I've got like up to like almost the recent ones. I think I'm missing like 3.
I think the
2.
conversation with these like 12, 13 film slasher series too, it's always about, it's not just about that first film, it's the series as a whole, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, while I think the first Nightmare on Elm Street is probably one of the best slashers like of the 1980s, the rest of the series just isn't very good, so it's not a series I hold in high regard, whereas like Halloween, maybe the quality isn't like up to the level of that first Nightmare on Elm Street, but I enjoy the movies in that franchise more.
Are you trying to talk bad about Dream Warriors? Are we gonna have a fight?
No, Dream Warriors is the only good sequel in that
Whoa.
series.
Wow.
What about the new Nightmare?
Not counting New Nightmare.
Okay.
Like, New Nightmare doesn't feel like it feels more like a reboot than like an actual sequel in a lot of ways. It's also been a long time since I've seen it, and to be honest, I wasn't like the biggest fan of it when I watched it, but I respected more of what it was doing than something like Freddy's Dead, for example.
Yeah, that movie
but
is pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, most of that franchise outside of like Dream Warriors is bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like as long as you can go back and watch any of them and still get enjoyment, I feel like that's what makes a good series. Because like, I'm sure I could probably look on my shelf here of all these movies and be like, okay, I hate a lot of the movies, but I can enjoy watching some of them. But I feel like as long as you can enjoy watching them, that's all that. Like, I'd say the Star Wars movies, I don't like all of them. I don't think they're all good, but can I at least go back and enjoy most of them? Yeah, not the first one, but most of them.
I mean, name one person that loves every single Star Wars movie. You're not going to find many. I mean, they're probably one of the most decisive and argumentative fan bases out there.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I have all the steel books, but I don't love them all.
I enjoyed them all except for the only one I actually fell asleep during was Rogue One.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Rise of Skywalker?
No.
The definitive worst
But
movie of the
I
franchise?
want
Not
to say
episode 1?
no. I want to say that I didn't love Star Wars as a kid. I watched them. I didn't watch Star Wars from 1 through 9 until I was in my late 20s. So like,
Yeah.
I didn't have that nostalgia factor of the older movies to rely on.
Yeah, I mean, nostalgia is real when it comes to the movies we hold in high regard. And if you want to get back on track, speaking of nostalgia, a movie that I would hold, like going back to my top 5 in high regard, is not something that a lot of people know of. It's a movie called Ghost and Mr. Chicken with Don Knotts.
I actually just had that pop up on my Fandango movie list.
It's fantastic, and I think it's because I tie it to a memory. So me and Ryan have a mutual friend. His name is Brandon. I used to go up north with him and his dad, and that's a movie we watched up north. And I think why the movie is so memorable is not just the zany comedy that Don Knotts brings to it, but it's also like how it perfectly captures like small town 1960s America. And I think it's just like it's such like a warm and like welcoming movie that also has this aura of like a ghost story and like a courtroom drama. Like, it's doing a lot of things that just make it like a really well-rounded experience that doesn't feel like one part is taking away from another.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll go quicker.
No, you're good. Actually, our one like top viewer, our biggest fan, will love that you said Ghost of Mr. Chicken.
But like, Final had a reason to come back because the sound quality is like better than the compressed audio files you'd get on your phone.
It's all nostalgia.
Whatever. Yeah, sure.
Yep. That's why people wear tight pants still.
Yeah. So after that Hitchcock class in college, I took another like just general film class, and the first movie I watched there was called Sunset Boulevard. It's this 1950 Billy Wilder movie about this guy who ends up kind of living with this aging film star who's slowly coming to terms with the fact that she's kind of a has-been, and it has just one of the greatest closing lines ever in Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. It's really one of the best examples of like a film noir, which is easily one of my favorite genres of film out there. Great in media res beginning, awesome acting by oh my god, why am I blanking on her name? Norma Desmond's the character's Gloria Swanson. And yeah, it's just a really good movie that if you're looking into like older movies, that's one I would highly recommend. And then finally, Quentin Tarantino, probably one of my favorite modern working directors. I'm in probably a minority where I think that some of his more recent work is often some of his best. Obviously, like when you hear Quentin Tarantino, you go to like Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction, but I actually think like the stretch from Inglourious Bastards to Hateful Eight might be some of his best work, and that's culminating with, I think, Django Unchained is just a freaking awesome movie. Like,
that is a good movie.
Yes, I mean, it's like the only movie that is damn near 3 hours long. Sorry, I don't know if we can swear.
We can.
Darn near 3 hours. Yeah. Darn near 3 hours.
Once we get the 1,000 views, then you can't do it anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Don't want to don't want to interrupt your what do they call that? Where you gotta, live up to the guidelines in order to make money on
It's
advertising.
called YouTube thingy stuff.
Yeah. YouTube thingy stuff. Thank you.
Yeah,
but
when our sponsors stop paying us, then we'll worry about it.
Yeah.
got it. Okay. Yeah, but no, I think Django Unchained is like him working on all cylinders. It's incredibly acted. It's brutal. It's this almost like mythical adventure where he's bringing just so many things that make Quentin Tarantino a great filmmaker into one thing. And God, man, I just love those performances in that movie. Christoph Waltz is awesome. Leonardo DiCaprio's given an all-time performance that he should have won an Oscar for, not The Revenant. Django Unchained would be my next one. So I think I went Halloween, Ghost of Mr. Chicken, Django Unchained, Sunset Boulevard, Vertigo. That's my list.
Okay.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good, well-rounded list.
Definitely different than what ours was, that's for sure.
Yeah, mine was mostly horror movies, and I think Justin was kind of all over the board also.
Yeah, mine was all random shit.
I don't even like horror movies.
Dude, come on, man. So I do have one question for you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Now, I watched your first episode, so I just forgot because my memory sucks. How many of your top fives were part of the Evil Dead franchise?
No, I set Evil Dead to one of the the franchise as a whole is a thing.
Could we also bring up the fact that I think the first Evil Dead is the worst one of that franchise before Evil Dead Rise came out?
Okay. Wait, you didn't like Evil Dead Rise?
No. Dude, we saw it together. We had this conversation.
Evil Dead 1 is not the worst one in the trilogy, or in the series. Evil Dead 2013 is the worst Evil Dead movie there is. It is not an Evil Dead movie.
Nope.
If it was not an Evil Dead tagged to it, it would be a fine movie. But it's not a good Evil Dead movie.
Why? Because Bruce Campbell is in it?
No, because Evil Dead Rise was a great movie too.
Technically, he is in it at the end of it.
He is in it, yes, thank you.
Post credits.
So
he technically is in it.
Groovy is like barely a spoiler alert.
Doesn't matter. He was still a part of it.
He's still in it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not here to talk about our various opinions on the Evil Dead franchise, but yeah, I mean, I love that remake. I think it's great. I think it takes the idea of Evil Dead and gives it some true thematic heft while keeping that sort of zany, bloody fun.
I agree with you. It's a great movie. It's just not a
Yeah.
great Evil Dead movie.
Yeah, that's fine. And
I can agree with both of you on both of your points.
yeah.
Because I'm not indifferent. I'm not on either side of it when it comes to Evil Dead.
Yeah, I mean, Evil Dead was never a favorite franchise of mine to begin with either. So the game was fun though. Man, the game
was
kinda died.
fun. No.
Yeah, for about
Did
like
not play it.
3
You know,
weeks.
I just want to say right here, this is all actual parts of the Evil Dead 2 cabin. I have part of the evil tree. I have wood from the cabin. I have part of the roof, part of the glass, and over here is coal from Linda's dirt. Or Linda's
Boy,
grave.
it's a good thing you're not a fan of that movie at all.
Yeah, I know. It's such a good thing.
I'm so glad you hate that movie.
Alright, getting into the meat and potatoes today. We're talking about The Long Walk. I want to know how you guys felt about The Long Walk, because The Long Walk was kind of something I've been waiting for since I was probably 12 years old when I read the book. It's been something that has been passed around the rights to make a movie for probably about 40 years, I think. It finally got a home, and I don't think it could have been better than what we got. So I'm curious to kind of see like what you guys felt about it.
Do you want to go first, Justin? Or
Oh no, you could go.
okay. So
Sorry.
I liked the movie. We could just start by saying that I think I gave it a 4 out of 5. Like I thought it was really enjoyable. You know, Stephen King adaptations over the years have been, you know, the definition of a mixed bag, right? You know, you get a Shining, and you also get like a Maximum Overdrive. Like there's a lot of crap out there.
Well, what's one that you can say recently that's been bad? Because I'd say every Stephen King adaptation this year has been pretty great.
The
Chapter
Pet
2.
Sematary remake, from a
Oh,
couple
I
years
didn't.
ago.
I didn't watch
I
that
didn't
though.
very good.
Yeah, Pet Cemetery
Um,
definitely compared to the
um,
original. Yeah,
It's not a movie, but I wasn't super into the. I forgot how you say it. Is it Lizzy's story? They
Oh,
made that into a series on Apple TV, and I didn't really dig it.
I didn't watch that one, but I did watch his Gerald's Game.
Gerald's Game is awesome, but
Oh.
I think Gerald's Game is awesome because Mike Flanagan is a good director.
Yeah, he is.
Like, probably.
and
my
that guy
favorite
is creepy in that movie too.
No.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, but no. So I liked Long Walk. I think I started my review by saying like there is a world where this movie sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's a very, very simple idea. It is by no means Stephen King's like greatest created world, like The Stand or It. And it's just built on this very, very simple dystopian idea that every year, for untold, unnamed riches, boys from all around the country can walk basically until there's one left, no breaks, no nothing. And it's just it's an interesting idea, but it has the capacity to be so boring, especially visually, right? Where in a book, you can focus more on the conversations. You don't need to like, visually entice the audience nonstop. Whereas a movie, like, how are they necessarily going to do that? And I think where the movie succeeds is the script is really good, and you have two lead actors in David Johansen and Cooper Hoffman who bring so much like natural charisma to the work. I think David Johansen. Did you see Alien Romulus? Did you see him in Alien Romulus?
I haven't seen Alien Romulus. No.
Oh, dude, he plays the
He is good in
plays
that one.
the android in Alien Romulus, and he is fantastic in that movie. And the second I saw him here, I'm like, oh yes, I knew we were going to get another great performance, and we did. He's also in a really good romantic comedy called Rye Lane that came out a couple years back. Yeah, so the movie works because the characters seem like real people and not just like fodder for the dystopian world. Like, there's tension between the characters. There's genuine sympathy for when, spoiler alert, characters die.
What?
And yeah, I know. It just feels that, in probably a movie where humanity is just supposed to be completely like broken in order to survive, like it's still there. And I think that's one of the main messages probably of the book as well. It's like, how do you keep your humanity in a dystopian world like this? It's very difficult to. And I was just impressed that the movie was willing and able to kind of keep my attention. I don't think it's necessarily perfect. I kind of wish like, and maybe this is like what it is in the book, Ryan, so you have to tell me, but like I wish there was a little more to chew on visually. Like, they do a lot of walking through like flat parts of the United States. It seems like the whole movie was them just walking through the state of Nebraska. is what it kind of feels like. So like I wish there was maybe like them walking through more cities, like especially towards the end. I think we got a little bit more of
More
that.
towns or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I wish there was more play with different parts of the United States rather than just like a lot of flat walking. But once again, I mean, it's not the biggest gripe in the world because the characters are good, the script is good, and it's a good, simple idea. So I mean, it's got to be right up there with Stephen King adaptations for me. I mean, you think like Shining, Pet Cemetery, Carrie, like it's right there.
Life of Chuck.
Yeah,
Life
definitely
of Chuck
Life
was
of Chuck.
great.
That was really good.
Yeah, Life of Chuck was pretty good.
I forget you didn't like that one as much as me and Justin did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually forgot what I gave Life of Chuck. Like I liked it, but like I don't think it's. I think I was a little disappointed knowing that was a Mike Flanagan movie and just like, yeah. So I gave it just a 3.5, so slightly less. Like I still like overall liked it. I would give it a positive review, but I don't think it's one of his stronger, more memorable adaptations. It's not something like Gerald's Game, right? Like Mike Flanagan coming off of adapting Gerald's Game, I was expecting maybe a little bit more, and I just didn't get it. So,
well, before we lose track of the long walk and the questions that you asked me, I will say that, like, compared to the book, I do want to say that the characters that are described in the book he does such a good job of visually describing those characters that I saw all of those actors in the movie and I said, that's that character. That's who that is. Like, that looks just how they're described. They did a great job casting, and the costume design is fantastic. I do agree with you that they did cut out quite a bit from the book of them walking through towns and having people watch them, because from what I remember, and mind you, it's been almost 20 years since I've read the book, which hurts a lot to say, but it has. It From what I remember, the book had a lot more of these boys kind of being put on display for like people to watch. And it was more about like people in the town like rooting, like who's gonna win Big Brother. Like they all had their people they cheered for, and they would like throw food at people that they didn't like, or they would like bring care packages to like people that they did like. From what I remember.
That would
For
have been
it
cool
being
to kind
a
of see
game
that.
in this universe, it didn't really feel like a game.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
they did
yeah.
make a point to point out that they were all being televised on the camera.
Yeah.
But
it was
But
like
if-
one
yeah.
reference, and
Yeah.
like nothing after.
Yeah,
that.
if they didn't mention it, I would have completely forgotten myself.
Yeah.
But what I will say is I feel like it was supposed to bring the story and make it more personal, because the story isn't about the people watching. The story is about these boys all agreeing to walk and pretty much agree to die until one person is left, and finding a way to make friends. Because I truly think that it's a Bachman book, so I believe he wrote it beforehand, but I do believe that this is almost kind of like a predating Stand By Me in a way, of like just walking and talking and making friends. And that's what the book's kind of about. That's what the movie turned into. And yes, Justin.
Question before I completely forget about it. Why can't girls participate in this? Does it say any reason why it's only guys?
Because times are different, times are changed, and this takes place, I believe, it's like 70s or 80s.
Okay.
And so the whole reason that the Long Walk exists is the country goes through an unspoken World War style. So I think it kind of alludes that like the country's coming out of World War II, and the citizens have kind of like gotten soft afterwards, and like nobody's wanting to work, society's falling apart, and this was their way to like toughen up society. And that's what the Major is the Major is the guy that goes around and toughens up society.
Gotcha. I was just curious that it was just boys.
It
And I also think in the movie, I don't think there actually was 50. I think they even stated that there was only 49.
because I think somebody backed out. So like,
Okay, I might have
if
missed that.
somebody backs out, my understanding was they don't replace them, especially if it's
Gotcha.
that close. They'll just walk with 49.
Okay,
Right,
and
right?
I might have
I
missed
believe
that, but I
that's
do
correct,
remember.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do remember going into it that they said there was only 49, and I was like, wait, I thought it was all 50 states. What happened?
Well, in the book, it's 100, right?
no,
Supposed to be 100.
Maybe. I mean, they don't focus on all the characters in the book. They'll bring up a character and kind of tell a short story about them and have them pass away. But it's mostly about the characters that we saw in the movie. I'm trying to bring up a list of characters because there's so many characters in this name, or in this book. I believe it was Stubbins. Stubbins was the country boy, right?
Yeah, the blonde-haired, like,
yeah, the one that's
fit
kind of
guy.
like mean to everybody.
Yeah.
Well, not
The-
Superman. I'm thinking of the guy that was like kind of backwoods, and he's the one that like tricked the kid into falling over and getting shot.
No, that's
No,
not.
that's not him.
no.
That's what is his
That's-
name?
Berkovich.
I know. Berkovich,
Berkovich.
yes.
Berkovich.
Berkovich. Yeah.
His character is so interesting in both the movie and the book, because what it plays more into in the book is that notice he's really nice in the beginning and he's just trying to make friends, and a couple of the boys make fun of him.
Yeah, and he switched real
That's
quick.
why
on
he
the
switched.
end.
That's the whole reason he's kind of a douche in the movie and the book and the story, is because he was bullied his whole life, and it goes into that, and he's like, okay, well, I have to be tough here. So when he gets that kid killed, it truly snaps him as a person. Like, he truly has a mental breakdown.
Yeah, that part really
does
does.
that-
Sorry. That one really does trip him anytime someone brings it up, like, you're the reason that kid died.
Yeah.
Damn
And I
right.
thought the movie did a good job of like visualizing that, right? Like
Yes.
instead of just giving us a flashback of like why that would break him, like you can see, like, I forgot the name of the actor who played him. I think I have it here. Charlie Plummer, like, brings this sort of like great face acting to a character who is now broken because he is now ostracized from what little community they have left in this dystopian world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He did a lot of showing, not telling.
That's why it's so important at the end. Spoilers alert again. But when he is having that final talk with
Pete.
Garrity and Pete.
Ray.
Yeah, Ray Garrity, and he's like, I want to be one of your friends. And he's like, yeah, of course you're one of our friends. He smiles, he's happy. But then Pete makes a face at him like he's crazy, and that's why he does the thing where he stabs himself in the neck and says, I'll always be with you now. Is because he knows that he'll never be accepted.
Yep.
And Barkovich.
There's one other thing that I want to talk about, difference between the book, and it's not what you're smiling about, Tyler. I'm not going to bring that up today. I'm going to be mature. We'll leave it at Stephen King always has some weird stuff in his books compared to the movies, and there's a couple weird oddities in the book compared to the movie. If you want to see it, there's about 3 chapters of a very interesting scene in a tunnel with Pete and
a dark
Garrity.
alley.
Yeah, a lot of touching on each other kind of thing. But that's not what I want to bring up. What I want to bring up is that the ending of the movie is actually changed from the book. And that was such an insane twist to me that I almost jumped out of my seat.
So are we going to talk spoilers about the movie here?
I mean, I think I can say that right now. If somebody's still listening, we've already spoiled enough that, like, fast forward a little bit if you don't want to hear it. But
yeah.
I'd say that.
Timestamp
Yeah, timestamp something. Just fast forward a little bit. You have your chance in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm talking about it. Okay, so the death difference in it. In the book, it's Garrity wins. It's almost kind of flip-flopped. Pete sits down. Garrity's like, no, what are you doing? He tries to drag him, and Pete's like, no, you have a mom. You have a life to go to. Like, it makes sense for you because you need to go back and take care of your mom because your mom won't have anybody left. That is flipped in the movie to having the same thing happen where Pete sits down and Garrity picking him up, say, just walk with me a little bit, to Garrity sitting down. And that was just filmed so insanely cool where it shows him sitting down in the background and, like, him not noticing, and then the guy coming over with the rifle and shooting him in the head, and Pete not even realizing until afterwards. I just thought that was such a cool scene to film.
Well, he didn't actually sit down. He stopped, and then he got shot, and then that's what made him kneel down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he was walking with Pete, and then tricked Pete to continue to keep walking, and then he just stopped, and then that's when he got shot, and that's what made him kneel down.
I see. Either way, it's such a cool
same thing.
Yeah, so first off, this isn't the first time, a la The Mist, that an ending has been changed. And I think, say what you will about Stephen King as like a visionary horror writer, I think he very often does not stick the landing in the books that I have read.
I can agree.
So I don't mind when people come in and want to change the ending a bit. And why I think this ending works is because in a movie, you're not going to follow all 50 characters evenly. So there's a choice made of, like, who you follow from the very beginning. And that character is Ray Garrity, Cooper Hoffman's character. And because you follow him from the very beginning, you may subconsciously make the assumption that, okay, he's the one who's going to win because I'm following him from the beginning.
Yeah.
So when the movie at the very last minute subverts that thought and actually allows Pete to win, I really like that because it subverted and tested my understanding of what I'd come to expect out of movies like this. So, I mean, I kind of like that Pete won because I think David Johnson is just an awesome actor.
Yeah.
And he was able to chew a lot of that, especially in his last confrontation with the Major. Yeah, I mean, I'm in favor of the ending, but to be honest, I don't come from a place of having read the book and knowing that Garrity was the actual winner of this beforehand. So I don't know if that's seen as like blasphemous by you, Ryan, as someone who's
No,
read the book.
I'd actually agree with you that, like, yes, it caught me off guard. Yes, I almost jumped out of my seat, but I thought that it was the right ending that should have happened. As much as I like Garrity as a character, and I think that having him survive in the end was the better ending, I can appreciate the change because truthfully in the book it's not like Garrity wins because he kind of just goes crazy and keeps walking. It's kind of like walking is built into his brain that he'll never stop, and it's very Mist like of there is no happy ending for him either way. He's crazy. He was bent on revenge. He wanted to keep walking. The major even stops him and is like, "Are you ready for a prize?" And he's like, "My one wish is to continue to walk," kind of thing. Like, and he just walks off into the distance, and that's how the book ends. So, like, no, I agree with you that I think that this was the right ending. Yes, do I want a happy ending for Garrity? I think that that should have happened. I don't think that Pete should have had this ending, but I like how it also kind of gave them a double tragedy of Pete also giving that whole Oscar-worthy speech towards the end of the movie on, like, revenge and, like, not doing that and, like, just letting bygones be bygones and living your life, to flipping it to him just be like, "Give me my rifle."
Yeah, I mean, I stand on, like, it's probably not going to be for this movie, but, like, David Johnson's going to win an Oscar at some point in his career. Like, the guy is just a truly stellar young actor.
I would love to see him at least nominated for, like, Best Supporting Actor in this or something.
I feel like he should for this. I mean, he definitely, like, if it wasn't for the Ray being the main guy, you would think Pete's the main guy with how well he just steals every scene that he's in.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you guys one more thing about this.
Yeah.
So, like, I obviously listen to a lot of movie podcasts and stuff, and every podcast about this movie has been pretty unified that they think Mark Hamill is pretty bad at this movie. And I just don't think he's in it enough to have that strong of an opinion on there. No. A lot of people say he's, like, doing some really, really hammy overacting, which, I mean, I guess I could kind of see, but I just kind of viewed that as part of his character. So I wonder what you guys think about that.
Well, I'll go first since I go way back with Mark, me and Mark. If everybody that doesn't know, Mark Hamill actually liked my review of Life of Chuck. So
you guys are
we're really good friends. Yeah, he liked my Instagram post.
Oh, I forgot he's in Life of Chuck.
Yeah. He liked my Instagram post. I did send him my review of Long Walk. He has not gotten back to it yet, but I did send it to him. I'd say
Marky Mark.
Yeah, me and Mark, we go way back. I'd say no, I don't think he's in it enough to say that he's a bad actor in it. I would never say he's a bad actor, but I do think that I can see where some people may feel that he hammed it up a little bit, but that role is so integral to be hammed up. Does that make sense? It's supposed to be that goofy, not goofy, but like over the top, we love America, everybody needs to be strong kind of stuff that you know.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got.
Yeah.
Like when I watched it. So when people said that, like, oh, that performance is awful, I'm like, I think he did what was needed for that role.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I like you said, I don't think he's in it enough. Like, I completely think I forget that he's in it half the time, and he's only in there to just set up next parts to kind of progress the story a bit. But I don't think he takes away enough for it, because, like, if I forget that he's in it half the time, I don't think he's given a crappy performance or overdoing it to the point where, like, oh god, I remember Mark Hamill sticking out like a sore thumb. Like, it was one of those where I didn't think of it much. So I don't think he did a bad job. I think he just did what he had with what he had. So but
yeah,
I wouldn't say it was a bad performance.
Yeah, he's by no means like a constant presence in this movie. Like, you maybe see him 4 times, excluding flashbacks.
4 or 5.
Like
maybe 5 minutes of screen time, if that.
Yeah, total. And like Ryan, does it say in the book like where he goes? Because I don't know, is he like an all-encompassing presence in the book?
Oh no, it's said in the movie too that he puts on a big show, but he eats, he sleeps, he goes home, he spends time with his family.
He showers.
Everybody else is watching them as he just kind of lives life as a normal person.
Interesting. Okay. From the director of Hunger Games, too, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Francis Lauren.
Makes sense, because it is a very Hunger Games-esque story.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
he
it's
knows
Hunger
what he's
Games
doing with those types of stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, does anybody else have any last words of The Long Walk?
The
That
title
sounds-
of the name says what you're expecting. It is a long.
It's a
walk.
long walk, yeah. Oh, one thing I do want to say, another big difference is they actually... So, Stephen King's one request when they agreed to make the movie versus the book is he wanted it to be more realistic. So, he said that he wanted it to be slowed from 4 miles an hour to 3 miles an hour in the movie. So, the book was 4 miles an hour, and in the movie it was 3 miles an hour. And when the movie came out, he said, nobody can walk 4 miles an hour for hundreds of miles. But apparently we can do 3 miles.
Yeah. Something also that I saw on like a YouTube short that I don't know how it was, like if you got invited to it or if it was just a certain theater, but they had people walking with the movie.
Yes.
And like if you stopped walking, like you had to leave the movie. Like I was thinking I would like to do that. That would be cool. Like I could do that.
That does seem
I don't know if I could
like
do
a cool idea.
300 like them, but I could do the movie.
That is a really cool idea.
I'll say one more thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, I also really appreciated, like, that the movie wasn't necessarily holding back anything when it came to the gore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a
God,
very
no.
gory movie.
Yeah.
Like,
That
like,
first
it's a
kill
movie that,
did it
like,
right
earned
there.
R rating, yeah. And, like, you know, it's gross, but it's realistic to the world. The fact that, you know, dudes just, like, drop their drawers and poop right in the middle of the street.
That's
Like,
actually exactly what I wanted to bring up is the movie
yeah.
does such a crazy job. It's one of the only movies I can truly think of where, yes, there's a lot of gore. Yes, there's literal guys pulling down their pants and, like, violent diarrheaing. But, like, it didn't feel, like, over the
Took you out
top.
of it.
Does that make
No.
sense? It didn't feel like a gruesome movie. Like, I didn't feel like I was watching a Grindhouse movie or something like that.
It felt right for the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say, like, that first one, it gets you if you're not expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
first kill, because I was like, oh, shoot, I was
Yeah.
not ready for that. But then, like, everything after that, it's like, okay, well, now I expect it
Now you
after
know
what
what
I
to
just saw
expect,
from
yeah.
that first kill.
But it's supposed to be
Yeah.
visceral because that's the kids are also saying it and they're like, oh, this is real.
but I mean, there's also a world where they could have easily cut this movie down to PG-13
Yes.
to try to have it make more money, and the fact that they're like, no, we're gonna stick to the as you said, the visceral nature of seeing someone's head get blown off, I think really works and does the movie a favor.
Well, and the added to that scene, one of the last things, because we're hitting our time already, but that beginning kill, that first kill, is so integral too, because I don't know how much in the movie, I don't remember how much it described it, but in the book, that character lied to get in. They were underage. They were like a 13-year-old.
He lied in the movie, too.
But like, I don't remember how much. Like, he was heavily under. He was like a 13, 12-year-old boy.
Oh, yeah. I think in this one, I think he was... They kind of made it seem like he was like 16, maybe?
Yeah, like,
15, 16.
It was enough for that, like, everybody knew, like, he's not supposed to be here kind of thing.
Yeah. Damn Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
Can't believe him.
But...
Talk about shoes, huh?
His boots weren't made for walking.
All I got is the old YouTube video
Shoes.
that, oh my god, shoes.
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 You know, I saw a video that supposedly that dude came back and, like, did it in a bar, or it was like a lookalike, because it looked just like him.
Well, we'll have to find it and go see it.
Yeah.
But that's all we have for this week. Thank you, Tyler, for joining us. I'm hoping you'll be here next week still for one more episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe.
Don't change our clothes.
It depends.
We
I'll tell you
still-
what. If we get at least one like and one comment, and
Two likes.
May-
Let's get 2 likes.
does that include us? Because I was just going to say Tyler, like and comment on the video and you can stay on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I
If
guess
Tyler likes and comments, then it's okay.
Yeah, if Tyler likes and he comments, then he can be on the next episode.
He's got to put in the comments, this is Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then everybody will
even
have
though
your
it'll come
YouTube
from-
page.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
is it going to be like?
My
T-Boy 27.
Yep.
6'2".
38.
Eagles fan.
Fly Eagles fly, baby.
We'll talk about that next episode.